Hello. Once upon a time, on a distant planet called Earth, probably around 250 million, 25,000 years ago, some people probably got really bored of throwing rocks at each other and living to 15 years old, so they made some art. Richard.
What?
Richard, you gotta see this.
What are you doing?
I'm putting what's in my mind
What?
onto this rock. I'm imagining something with my eyes, and I'm putting it onto the rock, Richard, with this paint.
What is that?
It's paint. I can use it to put what I'm thinking about onto the rock, and then it dries and
What
it
are you
just stays
talking
there.
about?
It just stays on the rock, Richard.
Hello?
The paint I made, it's the answer.
I'm
It's the truth.
uncomfortable.
The paint, Richard, it lets me express myself.
Oh my
It lets me
God.
express how I'm feeling. It lets me
What are you
express how I'm
talking
feeling by
about?
putting what's in my mind
What?
onto the rock, Richard. This
Hello?
is the future, Richard. This paint is the future for communication without words.
What?
You're looking at the future through my mind. We can see traces of this art in places like the southern part of Africa, the western Mediterranean, wait, is this animal poisonous land, and Eastern Europe. This kind of art was mostly limited to cave paintings that I could probably possibly do myself if I lived in a cave too. Preliminary reports show that the paint used for these paintings was made out of love. The humans living at the time also made little statues and carved wood. Then, as art evolved, because art makes your brain bigger, painting got better, and the average life expectancy rose from 15 to 15 and a couple months. But then art underwent a revolution, with massive unheard of improvements in technology such as metal, and things like the hammer and the chisel. Art could be taken to the next level. Art became megalithic. Humans developed megaliths. And so art became an arms race. Whoever could make the biggest, best megalith of them all would be the rulers of the land and possess all the power crystals. And so for a few thousand years or so, art kind of hit a block, and I mean that both literally and metaphorically, but as civilization continued to expand, so did art. So along came the ancient Greeks. They focused a lot of their artistic efforts in studying things like proportions, balance, and making the dopest pottery in all the galaxy. Then the Romans came along and kind of stole everything from the Greeks and simplified it in the name of elegance, but we also got these arches that we still see a lot of today because they're just so beautiful. And so whether intentionally or not, the Romans actually managed to spread all their megaliths across the land, so they actually got all the power crystals. And when they did that, basically a big staircase opened up to a portal in the sky called the Portal to the Beyond. And so yeah, they all climbed up there, like all the Romans, all of them, they all climbed up there. They met the guardians to the portal, so they said, congratulations, here's some long forgotten knowledge, and also a Terry's chocolate orange, a single Terry's chocolate orange. They taught them how to tie knots, and unfortunately they didn't teach the Romans how to do better art. And things kept up like this for a while, 2D paintings, big buildings, until, whoa, the medieval period. I can't wait to see what's changed. Nothing. Paintings are still 2D, the people in them look hideous. I guess it's more detailed and a lot more religious now, but huge strides in architecture have made great works of art like the Notre Dame and other amazing Gothic works. You might recognize this building as that big Gothic church in France, or the only piece of Gothic architecture I know about, or that Disney setting for that one movie with the ugly man in it. But in between all the disease and pestilence, art and science kept progressing, and so the Renaissance and Baroque era was born. Suddenly, oh, wow, whoa. Art is still religious, it's looking a lot better, Rembrandt is playing with shading, and art is going through a revolution. Never before has there been such beauty, such detail, and the need to bring a flashlight with you to the gallery. Can you see what's happening here? Because I can't. And then a lot of stuff happens for painting and sculptures and architecture, and we also get film and music and animation and literature and so forth. But we won't talk about that here. And so now we have reached modern times, where we mostly stare at things I don't know how to describe and pictures of anime girls. Okay, bye.
Didn't think I would pull through.